What are my thoughts after 1 week with the Nikon Z7 II? After exploring the features of the camera earlier in the week, I took the camera through the back alleys of Singapore to capture some images. I put the camera through its paces with a trio of lenses, the Nikon's 14-24 2.8, 24-70 2.8, and the 70-200 2.8. The Z7 II did an amazing job. I hope you enjoy seeing the images I captured from the perspective of the Nikon Z7 II. I liked the variable screen on the Nikon Z7 II, which I could tilt to use at low angles like when approaching these pigeons. However, I do wish that it had more flexibility in the ways that it could tilt and twist. Here is another example of where I was able to use the variable screen to easily compose a low angle shot without having to lie down in the middle of the road. People crossing the road. People in the shops. Here's where using the monitor is really good because I'm just looking down at the camera and it may be hard for somebody to tell that I'm actually composing a shot. Yeah, maybe this will be the shot. Try to keep everything straight. Yes, there it is. Trying to get somebody to come past. Good. Just trying to get the stop sign in its shadow. Yeah, it's kind of cool. See how I get wide. So I'm using the tilt screen here, trying to hold this up above my head. Sometimes it's hard to see the corners. Edges of the frame. Beautiful wall. Let's just see if I can get something with somebody walking by without. And I'm just waiting for somebody to come by. I want you to hear the difference between silent mode and regular mode. So here is just the regular mode. You can hear that. And now this is silent mode. If I'm shooting at a smaller aperture, you can see there, f7.1, you can hear something. But if I change my aperture to f2.8, you don't even hear anything. It's pretty incredible. And try simple shot. Person walking past. Maybe zoom out a bit. I'm using my 14-24 lens and I'm just framing this up. I've got it in silent mode, so you can't tell that I'm taking a picture. You don't really hear anything, even if I change the aperture down. And what I'm looking for is somebody to come walking through that doorway on the right-hand side. And so when that happens, that will sort of complete the frame. Just trying something manual exposure here, and I can see if I can get somebody to walk through the frame and expose their head. See shadows and lines. Just getting close here. You can't even hear the shutter because I'm on silent photography, which is kind of cool. truck in the background. Nice. Well, that's got that man there. One of my favorite things about the Z7 II is the autofocus system. It has 493 autofocus points which cover the entire frame. Simply select one or a group of points to zero in exactly where you want to focus. It also has a fantastic face and eye detection autofocus system, which is great for portraits. This is one of my favorite features of the Nikon Z7 II. Thank you, sir. Sir, can I take a photo? Yeah? Let's take a look at the focus system. You can see the camera is trying to focus, it's trying to find a place to focus. This square is moving up here. It's not sure where to focus. So I can help it by pressing the OK button, and this little square appears. And so now I can move the square around. I can press down the button to autofocus, and I can take a picture. If I want it to lock in that place, I just press the OK button, it turns to a yellow square, and now I can't move it. But if I press OK again, it'll reset to the middle. And then I can move it again and I can focus and keep moving it and keep focusing. But again, if I want it to lock in one spot, just press the OK button and it will find that spot, and then it will keep trying to focus in that spot. So zoomed out. That focus system is amazing. Let's see if we can get some people coming through the frame. Strong silhouettes. There we go. Just want their heads out of there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I like this shot. I'm going to try a vertical shot. Put those two guys in the corner. Sometimes light just makes a picture. Just shadow on the ground. As with any mirrorless camera, I was worried about battery life. But as I learned how to manage the battery of the Z7 II, it actually performed very similarly to my Nikon D850. I set the camera to prioritize the viewfinder, which means that I only switched to the monitor on the back of the camera when I needed it. Otherwise, I used the regular viewfinder. There were a couple of times when I got frustrated because the viewfinder didn't come on immediately and I see black in the viewfinder for half a second while waiting for it to turn on. But overall, this meant that my battery lasted much longer. Beautiful lines, beautiful text. This is just some beautiful textures and lines and things. I'm going to explore this just a bit. Got some side lighting, which is really doing a nice job of accentuating all these textures. Trying to do a play on shadows. Combine the shadows. There's this red door. But all these shadows are just so great. After a week with the Nikon Z7 II, I was really impressed. I love the autofocus system, especially the full frame coverage of 493 autofocus points and the face and eye detection system. The silent mode was really helpful when I didn't want to make conspicuous camera clicks, and the battery actually performed much like the D850. Are these features enough to beat out my Nikon D850? If I didn't have it, I would be buying the Z7 II. But because I currently have the D850, the Z7 II isn't taking its place in my camera bag. Just yet.